Hey, Graveside Ghouls. Welcome to Graveside Entertainment's podcast. We are here on episode 6 with writer for Graveside Entertainment, Sara and our special guest today, Jason Cavallaro. Welcome very much to the show, you guys.
Excited to be here.
Yes.
Sarah, do you want to begin the interrogations?
It won't be that serious.
Thanks for calling it that.
We're here to have fun.
Yeah.
All right. So I think this all started when I was happily gifted your book, Jason. And I have, as you can probably commiserate with me, hundreds of books to read at a given time. And so I got it a few months ago and I had to crack it open and then realize that it was this amazing compilation of your favorite books and by genre. And you somehow went through thousands of them to come up with this. And so we started chatting about your book because I had to tell you how amazing it was. All of it, I can't even imagine the time it would have taken you. And then we learned that you also work with monkeys, which is not something you hear every day. And you also play drums in a metal band, and you have cats, right? That's very important.
I do.
See, so all these things brought us here today, which is very exciting. So,
Thank you for the nice
firstly-
words about the book.
Yeah, for sure. And so here it is, if y'all haven't read it. So where did this all come from, Jason, in terms of you are obviously a huge purveyor of books, and so when did you get the idea to compile them in your own book?
You know, always had, I've always looked for this book my whole life. And I mean, ever since I was, maybe 13 or 14 years old, I was like, and even then, you got to think, okay, pre-internet, like, really, you have no idea, like, you have to judge a book by its cover, in 1987, like, you just had to. You had nothing else to go off of. And, who has the friend that has read thousands of books, So you just kind of go in blind and you read a lot of bad stuff, you read some good stuff, but it's kind of just luck when that happens. But I'm throughout the years, I'm still just looking for that book. And to make a long story short, I never found it. So I decided to write it.
You're just like filling the gap that you saw with
Yeah, and I mean, I recognize I'm not reinventing anything. I mean, there's tons of like horror reference books out there. Of course, most of them are horror film related. And there are some for literature, but I've noticed that there's a stark divide in the types of those books. Like, essentially, it's either like super academic and dry, like feminism and Frankenstein or whatever. And it's like some like student's thesis or something.
Right.
Or it'll be like the other side, which is kind of like you guys familiar with Grady Hendrix? So Grady Hendrix has one called Paperbacks from Hell. But he kind of, yeah, it's great. I love it. I actually talk about it in my book. I don't know if you noticed. But like his shtick is like sort of comedy and kind of uses the plots of the books and like talks about the artwork a lot.
Yes.
But he's not like super like judgmental. Like he doesn't have like ranked lists. He doesn't say like any book is better than another one. Like he doesn't. There's no real like hot takes in there. So I kind of want to do both things. Like I wanted something where like if someone's in a mood for like a folk horror novel, like they can. I mean, let me talk about how the book is sort of divided. And you might wonder why. Like at the beginning of each chapter, I put. First of all, how I did this was it's all Excel spreadsheet related, and I had like a coding system.
Yeah.
So like, like what all nerds do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm that kind of nerd. So I took and I would count, okay, I've read 346 folk horror novels or whatever. And the reason I do that is because like I always have that thought in the back of my head, like when I see like a book TikTok recommendation. It's like, hey, everybody read this vampire novel. The TikToker looks like they might be 13 years old. It's like, okay, how many books have you read even?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I always question the sort of like what I'm trying to say is like if I got a top 10 folk horror novels and I've read like 300, like there's a bottleneck to get into that top 10. Um, so yeah, it's a book that I think I wrote to help people. There's a ton of obscure stuff in there that maybe, you know, the problem with, and I'm kind of going off on that tangent. I apologize for that. But I think a problem with the sort of like TikTok recommendation is that it's either a classic horror or brand new horror. Like the 90s are completely lost.
Yeah,
Like
you're right.
because 80s are always seen as like iconic in literature and film. So like people will talk about that stuff forever. But the 90s were lost because it was before internet and after the 80s. So there's like a dead zone there. So I mean, there's tons of good stuff that was published and was just even like Stephen King stuff from the 90s is less popular just because it was in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, you're totally right.
So that's sort of the a quick background of why I wrote the book, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And it stood out to me. I haven't read thousands of books, but in the ones that I have come across, I also have not seen anything like this. And even online, you just don't know where it's coming from. Is it a teenager? Is it someone like it's just this just felt like you had such a basis. You were just a trusted narrator, I guess, is how I'll say it. And the horror subgenres was very cool as well. So, in terms of subgenres, do you think there's one that typically gets overlooked? Because we all know the vampires and the zombies and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
had some really interesting ones. You know, you had, you mentioned folk, but you also had debuts and duos. Like, which one do you think people should know more about?
God, that's a gotcha question. Good job.
They're all good.
Um,
I mean, that's a tough one, but.
uh, my knee-jerk answer to that is like extreme horror, but that's sort of becoming a little more popular now with the splatterpunk movement.
Yeah.
Um, maybe Bizarro to me hasn't like super taken off yet. That's I don't know if you're familiar with Carlton Melick.
You know, it wasn't until I started reading your stuff that I was like,
Right.
oh, there were some people mentioned that I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like a person that is into like David Lynch films, like there's a whole genre just for you that is just lurking in the shadows right now. I mean, there's probably 2 or 3 thousand books at least in that subgenre, and they're like weird and crazy and awesome, and no one knows about them.
Okay.
A lot of the writers are like based out of Portland, of course. Um, but yeah, so maybe that just because it seems to just constantly like I never see them in bookstores ever. Even indie bookstores, I don't see Bizarro fiction. Um,
So how did you come across them? Like how did it cross your desk?
I'm pretty sure it's from like the message board era, I call it, of the internet. Um, which I gotta say, maybe my favorite era of the internet. Like no one was really like selling themselves yet. You know, like there wasn't like social media profiles.
Influencers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everyone, like even like famous writers, would go on there and like they would just talk about other books. Like no one was talking about their book. It was awesome. Yeah, there was a few writers out of Portland doing this like kind of crazy stuff, and people started talking about it. I mean, the same way that splatterpunk kind of got started. I guess a few people read like just this crazy gross stuff, and kind of tell the other crazy gross people about it.
You guys have your own little group.
Yeah, yeah. The crazy gross people.
Yeah, that's okay. So as you were writing it, Jason, like, did you already have an idea of what your number ones were gonna be? Or as you were writing, were more of them kind of coming to mind? I know you said you kind of had a big Excel spreadsheet, but like, is it something that as you were writing, it just kept evolving?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it straight up, there were some decisions I made that really did keep me up at night.
Yeah. As I'm
And
thinking, like,
any,
lists are already so hard to make.
yeah, you like number one is like it's tough, but like, how do you tell a difference between like a 4 and a 6? Like, I would even like go crazy about that. But like, I did it for two reasons. One, let's say one of your favorite books is like a number one on my list. So now you know that like we're kind of aligning there. So like my 2 through 12 is probably something that that reader would probably like too. One. Second reason, I admit I wanted people to get mad. I wanted to start, and by the way, it hasn't worked. Like, no one's mad at me yet.
You gotta keep
I
pumping.
think it's maybe I haven't sold enough copies or something.
Wait, so which hot takes do you think, or did you think people were gonna get mad at from your book?
The very first one, Stephen King isn't the best horror author. Boom, shots fired. Now, I will say this. I don't even know if I believe that, but let's talk about it. You
It
know,
was
like,
just rage bait.
I mean, he's definitely the most successful, and when he's good, he probably is the best. But I mean, there's maybe writers that are more consistently good. You know, there's horror writers I know that haven't even written an average book yet. You know, much less a bad one. Of course, Stephen King is like 80 novels deep, so I mean that's impossible.
How do you compete, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't. But I mean, like, I make the point in the book, like Michael Jordan's the best basketball player, but we still debate about it. You know, like, but we don't even debate about the Stephen King thing. We just accept it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
his son is freaking great. Like, I love Joe
Hill's
Hill stuff. I love
fantastic.
every single book, every single novel he's written has been amazing. I love all of them. Like, let's start the debate there. Is he better
Yeah.
than his dad?
You know what? I love Stephen King. I collect his books, and
I do too.
I still wasn't angered by your opinion because I agree with.
Dang
I
it.
agree. I know. I'm so sorry. I was like, "Dang, Jason's right." Because again, how do you compete with the volume, the amount of cocaine the man had, and the alcohol? Like, just the whole time he wrote. I think he said he used to write. Now he probably doesn't every day, but Christmas Day. So just an absolute maniac with pen to paper. However, as you said, there is a lack of consistency, and some will say in the last, 10, 20 years, it hasn't been the same. But I was really excited when you put Joyland down as one of your favorites, because that's one that I always bring up, and I swear no one has read it. And I was like, oh my God, Joyland is just a perfect summer read. I was like, oh, I need to talk about this.
It is no question his most underrated novel. Like, it's not even close to me. It's so good, and I mean, it's not horror. Maybe that's part of it, but I mean, the Dark Tower stuff isn't, and that's huge.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's just this beautiful, like, coming of age
Yes.
story with some ghosts and the carnival setting. It's really beautiful. And yeah, it doesn't matter that it's not horror. He has many skills in the non-horror genre.
Yeah, and then also, like, what is like one of the big complaints is like, you know, he needs editing. Like Joyland's like pretty, like 200 something pages, a little smaller than the rest of them.
It's
Moves
a quick
along
read.
fast.
Yeah.
No complaints. 5
Yeah.
stars for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so you're gonna have to try harder to make me mad, I guess.
Okay,
We'll figure it out.
I'll write a sequel. I'll go harder.
Yeah, I was gonna say part 2 of hot takes.
Yeah.
So your book is like genuinely funny, and so my question is going to be, Jason, are you actually funny for real? But no, that's not the question. The question is more of, did you always intend for the book to be lighthearted when you came up with this, or did you think this was just a way to kind of, you're still making criticisms, but it's tongue in cheek and it's humorous? Like, did you know it was going to sound like that?
You cutting deep, Sarah.
I'm sorry.
Appreciate you. Yeah, no, I appreciate you.
I'm wearing
You really paid
suspenders
it.
under this shirt.
You,
It's getting real.
you paid attention. I appreciate that. That's a pretty insightful question because the answer is no. I wrote about half of the book and it was like deadpan serious. I just had it in my head that if I have too much comedy in there, they're not taking me seriously. And then I started really getting bad imposter syndrome. So I was like, you know what? This book is going to be for me now. You know, I'm going to have fun writing it and I'll let my personality come through.
Yeah.
And maybe they won't take me seriously, but I have more of myself in the book and maybe it'll feel more authentic. Mm-hmm. And so I started over. And then
okay.
I put jokes in it. And that was one of the things I was actually afraid of when the book came out, is that it's like, I don't know, like again, it wouldn't be taken seriously because I'm obviously like very serious about literature, but I wanted the book to be fun too.
Right.
That's why like the reviews are like super short. Like the book is intended to, it's like the first book ever written that's intended for you to stop reading it. Like, stop reading this one and then go find the ones I'm talking about, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
So
problem.
it's meant to, yeah. It's actually not meant to be read front to back. It's meant to be like, hey, I'm in the mood for like a comedy horror novel. Let me see what this guy recommends, looks through the list, and it's like, okay, I'm going to go to the bookstore and see what they have.
Yes. Yeah, that's really great. Actually, because you mentioned I Am Legend, and I love the movie. It's brilliant. Vincent Price, of course, that one's my favorite. But I realized
It's the best one.
But I hadn't read the book. I was like, I'm such an imposter. And so as soon as I finished your book, and that was the first one that I was like, I need to read this. Otherwise, I just need to throw in the hat on liking horror literature. So I will. And there are other ones that I now have on my list from your book. Now, did you have authors contact you after to say, thank you for including me, or like Stephen
yes.
King?
Right. Yeah. Okay. So funny story about that.
First piece of hate mail from Stephen King.
Yeah.
So
How dare you?
my original working title for this was something like a bunch of good horror books not by Stephen King, but it was too long and it was like kind of didn't flow off the tongue. But I was like, man, Stephen King's, even his name on the title, even if I'm talking trash, may sell some copies. And that's and then if I would have done that, I would have taken the Stephen King chapter out completely, and then I would have not even mentioned Stephen King. And I was talking to one of my beta readers about that, sent her a copy of it, and she was like, hey, Jason, your book doesn't have any Stephen King in it. And I was like, yeah, like that's hilarious, right? Like a book about horror novels that doesn't even have Stephen King. Like, to me, it was like this elaborate, amazing joke. And she's like, no, Jason, it's freaking weird. So it's like, all right, so putting him into one chapter was the compromise.
Okay.
And that was the right move. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest, it would have been pretty dumb to not even mention him.
Jason, what
And
do you
yet
have
he
to
might
say
have gone
about
on
Clive
his-
Barker in there?
Oh, yeah.
Check it out.
He's my favorite guy. I don't read a lot of horror books, but
Big fan.
big fan of Clive Barker. And Intensity by Dean Koontz too is one of my favorites.
Okay, so Clive is the first horror author I was like obsessed with. I have read everything he's written, every single thing.
He's so great.
I do have a hot take about him, though. I have two hot takes.
Okay.
At least one of them is in the book. But first hot take, he's not a horror author. He's a fantasy author that sometimes writes horror. He's just known for the horror stuff.
Yes.
I mean, if you take the Books of Blood out of the equation, which are collections, he has like what the Damnation Game and the Hellbound Heart. Like that's almost it. I mean, like there's some like indie stuff, but after that, it's like Sacrament, it's Great and Secret Show, Everville, it's a bunch of fantasy, which is great. I love them, but it's just funny that I wonder sometimes if that may annoy him because he's so talented. He's been good at both. My second hot take is that his best novel is the YA one, Thief of Always. I love that book.
It's
yeah, it really is not talked about enough, 100%.
I thought you were going to say Galilee. I was like, oh no, that's a super hot take.
Yeah.
I didn't finish that novel.
Maybe not that hot. But yeah, I mean, those Books of Blood, I mean, there's nothing better as far as like horror short stories, contemporary anyway.
I agree. I think you put that collection at number one, and
I did.
Like, yeah, 100%. I think it's obviously, I don't think it's a hot take that the movies is what really pushed, his Pinhead, the Candyman, and those ones. And I think they were supposed to be a lot more adaptations of Clive Barker stuff. I think they were supposed to be actually a theme park. I read this one, so I was like, no way, of like his stories and that sort of stuff.
That's a day one, huh? I'm there.
So, yeah, I mean, I agree, Mark. Yeah, he's just fantastic.
Yeah, he's as good as they say.
So, with your book, you have a 5-star ratings. Like one, I think you said, you think that the author actually wrote this book just to piss you off, and 5 is it's life changing. So, do you apply this 5-star rating to anything else in your life? I need to know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Friends, restaurants, jobs.
Yeah. That's
everything.
So, in terms of obscure kind of authors, are there ones that you think should get out there more that people should know that you want to kind of mention tonight?
God, yes. That's like a big reason why I wrote the book in the first place. Funnily enough, like the one that kind of popped out at me when I first started writing it was Josh Malerman, but I don't know if you're familiar with his work. He wrote Bird Box and
yes.
He has the new movie coming out this year, which I'm super excited about. Other Mommy. It's directed by the guy that did that webcam movie Host.
Okay.
But that comes out in October this year, and that was probably the scariest novel I read last year. The novel's called Incidents Around the House.
Okay.
Where would you? But the demon's name is.
Which subgenre is it?
I would say, to me, it's got like a sort of like those creepy like Korean like found footage films.
Okay.
Like for some when I was reading it, I kept thinking of Ganjiam. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
The Haunted Asylum.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Yeah, that's it. That's my favorite found footage film.
Very.
So sort of like that type of feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like he's like when I was writing a book, he wasn't super well known, but now he is.
Yeah, he's blown up. Maybe you made him famous.
Right. Gosh, this is my moment, man. I'm blanking. I have books behind me.
I was gonna say, I think you live in a house made of books, so we can always come back if there's one later.
There's some. I mean, these aren't like indie authors, but for whatever reason, like time has forgotten them. One is Graham Joyce, and he's not an American author. Maybe that's part of it. He's a UK author, but for as big as like folk horror is right now, he wrote probably my favorite folk horror book of all time, The Tooth Fairy. Uh, The Tooth Fairy by Graham Joyce. And then on the other side, one of my favorite films of maybe the past, gosh, at least 5 years or so, was Bring Her Back. I just love that freaking movie. Um, so there's this guy, Gary Brombeck, wrote this book called Prodigal Blues, which is the best. I don't know what I would call it. Like, I hate to call it like sadness porn, but
Is that a thing?
Put it in the genre list.
yeah, right. That's in the sequel. Uh, but it's got that like bring her back feel that it's just like it's so freaking sad. But I mean, look, when I read, I just want to feel something, you know. Like if it hurts, then you heading for some 5-star territory.
Yeah, and you have a subgenre I think about I'm not crying, you're crying.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah. I
That's
mean,
good.
like, yeah, make the point in there that it's like sad movies and comedies are the only two genres where there's like tangible evidence that it's effective. If it's funny, you laugh, and if it's sad, you cry.
Yeah.
And like the tears are even more tangible because there's a solid thing. Uh, so yeah, those are easy to rate to me.
Okay. Okay. So, have you had a book where you've read it and you've been legitimately creeped out? Like, or are you like, I'm gonna read a book and then have a nice good sleep? Or do you actually like feel like you need to leave the lights on? Are you impacted by books? Say how some people are impacted by movies.
Um, Gosh, it's so different. The biggest difference is there's like no jump scare in a book.
Right. You don't have that.
There's no jump scares,
Yeah.
right? And there's no score. So uh, those two things work against books. But what books have that films don't have is the internal dialogue, which which helps in the literature form. Uh, but to answer your question, I mean, I have nightmares sometimes, but I've kind of like researched that. Uh, and I think a lot of it is like how much I read before bed. Is it a horror novel? And did I eat a lot? And it's like, I think it's like more food related. Like, I think when I eat late at night, I have nightmares more often. And it just so happened to be about the book I was reading. So it's just a coincidence.
Is it
But
a
I mean,
specific type of food or any food as long as you
yeah,
eat late at night?
yeah, I think it's more like quantity than
Yeah.
type. Uh, but it's almost like you're unnerved by a book in a different way. Uh, it's hard to explain. I mean, readers know, and I've never heard it explained in a way that it's like, yeah, yeah, exactly. But I mean, I do get scared. You know, when you like the characters, you're afraid for them.
I think
Yeah,
the
and sometimes
advantage
with a
that
book, because you have the dialogue it's in your head, right?
Yes.
exactly,
Right.
yeah. Your
What are you saying,
imagination
Mark?
runs wild when you read a book and it does all the heavy lifting for you. Whereas when someone
Sure.
presents it in a movie, you're like, that's not what I imagined it to be at all.
Yeah, yeah. There's no interpretation to have, really. I mean, you can interpret it somewhat on a film level, but everyone sees the same thing. Whereas everyone's got a limited budget in their head for, a book. So that's another advantage for, literature, I guess.
I always found books almost like it's a waking dream. And when somebody talks to me when I'm in the middle of a book and I like snap out of it, I think it was one recently that did that for me was I think it's The Ruins. The one
Scott
where they
Smith.
lost. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God. I thought I was there. I thought I was waiting for my plans to come for me. And I was actually stressed. And the movie actually didn't have that impact on me. I felt like I could look away and it just, I think it's because like with the book, it was just explained so viscerally, so brutally, and then you had the taunting voices of the plan, things that wouldn't have translated well in the movie. And then I snapped out of it when someone talked to me, and I felt like someone woke me up out of a dead sleep. Like it just really grabbed me.
You feel like you have a good suspension of disbelief?
Yeah.
I do too. It's really high.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes when I'm explaining a book's plot to someone, like a book that I really like, they're like immediately like, like shooting holes in the plot. And I'm like, wait, I didn't notice it. Like, I just take it all at face value. I turn into an idiot when like I'm reading or watching a movie. Like,
Yeah.
first of all, like, here's something I've always hated about like a common thing with horror movies. It's like, oh, like they hear a noise outside and then they go check. Hey, straight up, I do that every time, like in real life. Like, because guess what? I know I'm not in a movie, and that's what you're supposed to think when you're watching a movie. Like, they know they're not in a movie, so they're not scared.
Right.
Like if I hear it's like, oh, it's probably like a raccoon. And I guess if I was in a horror movie, I would have died like 56 times by now. But like, it's like people sort of like change their perceived behavior when it's like, oh, don't go in that room. It's dark. Well, sometimes rooms are dark and they usually don't have a monster, so go in it.
Right. Right. Or even when they don't say the word zombie in a movie and they're like, it's so obvious, it's zombies, it's an outbreak. It's like, would you
Yeah.
actually go out in the world
right.
and be like, my neighbor's a zombie
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now? Like, come
Yeah,
on.
no, like that would be the last thing. It's like, well, zombies aren't real, so it's not a zombie. Okay, what's
Right.
another thing it could be?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, we hold them, like, people make dumb decisions in life all the time, and we hold these horror characters up to this super high bar of intelligence. It's like, man, you know you're not smart.
That's true. So, Jason, is there like a villain from a book that you really love? And it could be a horrible villain. And then if you want to also answer, has that villain been displayed in a movie? And then did you find that you enjoyed that or didn't enjoy that interpretation?
Gosh, man, it's another Josh Malerman book called Daphne.
Okay.
It's got a really, really cool villain. I think if they made a movie out of it, it would be like another like iconic, like Art the Clown or Jason
Oh,
Voorhees. It's like this like chain smoking like demon that wears this like leather vest. It's like super rad. It's
okay.
and it's God, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's got a really cool like mechanism to like summon the demon. It's like I've never heard anything like it, and I don't think he gives it away in a synopsis on the back. So that's sort of like the clue from the author that hey, I want to keep that secret.
Okay.
So Daphne by Josh Malerman.
Okay. And that was one thing I liked about your book a lot was that there's no spoilers. So you can go through and because I feel like especially in the internet era, every title of every article just gives it away or there's a photo that gives it away. So that's why when I actually read the back, I was like worried that it would just be kind of giving away major plot points, but not at all. I think it kind of gives you like a taste so that you want to actually go read it yourself.
It was the hardest thing about writing it. It's like, how do you write about 700 books and don't talk about what happens in any of them?
Right. Right.
And without sort of repeating yourself too much.
Right.
Yeah, I was even scared because I think like even putting them in a subcategory is like a mini spoiler. So like I hated even doing that. But I mean, you gotta you gotta organize it somehow.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes like I'm glad like book trailers aren't like super popular because I would hate them. Uh, the way I hate some movie trailers, quite honestly. Uh, what was I gonna say? Lost my train of thought.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know. So like I think even like if it's a werewolf book and like there's a freaking werewolf on the cover, like I still don't want to say it's a werewolf book.
right,
Like
right.
I'm very sensitive to spoilers. I really want to know nothing, but I pay for it sometimes too because I'm like, man, I don't like anything about this. And then I just throw the book away or whatever.
Yeah. Throw it away.
But it's worth the price to just go in blind.
Yeah. Yeah. And what do you think about modern horror book covers, especially because you mentioned some like Grady Hendrix who did paperbacks from hell, and a big highlight was on the cover art, which is what pulled a lot of people into the covers. And so, do you judge books by covers in the same way? Do you feel that impacts what you grab now at a store?
Okay, I could get ranty about this, so stop me if you get aggravated.
Hot take.
Yeah. So, I think, so there's the saying, don't judge a book by its cover, but I say judge a book by its cover, but only if it's bad. So if it's a bad cover, don't get it. Like, it's the first rule. And the reason for that is if the author doesn't think it's important enough for them to design a good cover and pay a good cover artist, and they don't believe in it, then why should I? But I also think you shouldn't buy a book because it has a nice cover, and I think that might be a hot take because I know in the Instagram era, like there's a whole like people dedicate their lives to that. It's like, oh, I bought it because it's beautiful. So yes, judge a book by its cover, but only if it's bad.
That should be
Judge
the title
those.
of your next. The title. That's super fair. All right, Mark, do you have some questions for Jason, or else I'm gonna keep asking him questions until it's midnight. So you better go ahead.
Yeah, Jason, what do you think about Intensity by Dean Koontz? Because I read that book when I was young, and it absolutely scared the shit out of me because it was so visceral. It's like I was there. I could imagine everything that was happening in that book. And then later on, when I had my horror shop and High Tension came out, I was watching it and I'm like, I've already read this story.
Okay, so first of all, I love High Tension. I love AJ's stuff. I've never read Intensity. But did they film that? Maybe
I don't
not.
know. I'm not sure if it is, but like when I was watching High
or
Tension,
like a TV movie or something.
It might have been a TV movie. Yeah. When the movie came out, it was so similar to the book.
Yeah. So I have a rule that I don't ever read the book after I've seen the movie because I want like my version first.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that was what doomed Intensity for me. That's probably why I didn't read it. I mean, look, I've read over 3,000 horror novels, but like there's still a ton I haven't read. Like it's like I'm proof that like you can't read them all as much as I want to. I mean, there's still like enormous holes in my reading.
But the cover totally sucks of Intensity as well.
It
The one
does.
I
hate it.
It's just like orange and black and yellow stripes, right?
Yeah, it's like a looks like a puzzle book, like
Yeah.
like a Sudoku book.
Yeah. And that's the way it goes with metal albums, man. Like the better the album art, you're in for a banger if it's got really nice painted art and all the stuff that Vince Locke did for the Cannibal albums. All you know what you're getting when you look at that artwork. They're not going to be singing about romance.
Man, those freaking like power metal covers are my favorite.
Like Michael Whelan stuff.
Oh yeah. Like Sabaton's covers and
Yeah.
I love all that stuff. Like Stradivarius and Blind Guardian. I love that stuff.
Yeah, they all look like epic paintings of Conan the
Yeah.
Barbarian and things like that, and Red Sonja on there and everything else. Super cool. So Sarah mentioned you play drums and you're big into death metal as well.
Yeah, I also believe it or not, another like weird thing. You probably gonna think I'm lying to you. Like I know what my problem is. Like if you watch Marvel movies, like I think I'm living all my lifetimes at the same time. So I play snare drum for the New Orleans Saints also.
Sweet.
So I play drums for an NFL team. But I play drum kit too. I was on a music scholarship in college, and so I was like a snare drummer, drum line stuff, and I actually have a drum behind me. See it?
Yeah.
And when I got out of college, I was like, okay, well, I can't like play snare drum in a band. And I liked metal, so I was like, well, my hands are kind of ready to go, so I just worked the double bass into it and started playing drum set. But yeah, I feel like I'm the opposite of a lot of musicians. A lot of musicians play one style of music, but they listen to many styles of music. I'm the opposite. I play many styles, but essentially listen to one. I mean, I listen to metal. Now, I love Firehouse and Motley Crue, and I love, Infinite Annihilator, and everything in between. So, I mean, metal's a lot like horror in a way. It's like, it's super broad, because, I mean, people call Def Leppard metal too, which I love them, by the way, but, to me, that and Slayer is totally different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
for
both
sure.
great.
There's a big span between something like Godsmack and Disturbed and like radio-friendly hard rock /
Yeah,
metal,
sure.
I guess, and then all the way up to, heavy
it
stuff
did-
like Malevolent Creation, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's like the, what was their calling card? They said they were like Slayer on steroids or something.
Yeah, and their rule with drummers was it was always like, if you're too slow, you gots to go, because they were just like the
Oh,
double
super
bass
fast.
band from hell.
Oh, God. Yeah, and that was pre-triggers. That was like, what's the guy from Morbid Angel? He was fast too. Pete Sandoval.
Yeah, Pete Sandoval, the
Yeah.
Commando. Yeah, he's pretty
Oh, yeah.
fast. Yeah.
Super fast, man. I used to freak out over that. What's the God invented this album? Covenant.
Yes.
Rapture, the first
Yeah.
track. They had the video for it. Man, that's like some of the greatest like blast beats I've still heard ever. So inventive.
The first time I ever heard Rapture was on The Night of the Demons 2. There's a scene where Angela goes to a party and presses play on a ghetto, and Rapture
way.
just blasts out of there. Yeah. I was like, whoa, what is this? This is wild. And yeah, I looked it up and went to HMV and bought that CD right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic stuff. I love that album.
Yeah. Yeah, my favorite drummer, I think, in the death metal realm for blast beats is probably Mike Smith from Suffocation.
Suffocation, yeah.
Yeah, because he blasts like nobody else.
And
Like, he
he's,
looks like he's going to cave his snare in.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. That's what makes him different is his blasting was super loud.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the modern drummers, they trigger the snare drum and like they're playing, like 2 or 3 inches off the drum head, but it sounds loud because it's going through the computer. Whereas like Mike is just like his sticks are coming off the snare, 10 inches. So he's like working hard.
And he blasts with both hands too as he switches
yeah.
between like his
Yeah,
hi-hat
yeah.
and his ride, and it sounds the same.
Yeah. I love that thing the singer does too.
With his hand, yeah.
Yeah.
Greg Mullen doing that. Yeah, he
Yeah,
does the
yeah.
snare beat with his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them live here in Edmonton like 10 years ago, and that was like my greatest highlight of the show. I was saying to my buddy Dylan, like, look at him, he's so into it. He's playing snare with his hand.
Yeah,
just
it's sort of
bang,
like
bang.
it's like an extreme like tambourine.
Yeah. It's like Chuck Billy from Testament too. When he plays, when he's singing, he has like a little mic stand, and he
Yeah,
plays
the
air
little
guitar
short
to all their
stand, right?
riffs.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, I freaking love Testament. That's my favorite
Yeah.
thrash band.
Yeah, Testament, one of my favorite thrash bands too. I absolutely adore them.
Yeah, everyone talks
about.
about how, like, man, Metallica's not making good albums anymore. Dude, like, Testament never stopped. Like,
No.
Like, if you want that, like, every Testament album from the last 10 years is good.
Yep.
They've
Yeah.
never
When they
stopped
came back
being
with the
good.
Formation of Damnation, it was like, oh, I'm so glad they're back because this
Yeah.
album kills from front to back.
Yeah. Yeah, Chuck Billy and Alex Skolnick are never going to be in a bad band together.
No.
It just won't happen.
Yeah, I think Chuck Billy is probably one of the most versatile singers in metal too, because he
No
can
question.
do ballads, he can do death
question.
metal, he can do thrash.
Yeah, that whole Demonic album, I don't think he sings at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the story on that was they weren't even going to call it a Testament album because Alex wasn't on that one, right? It was just
Right.
Eric Peterson, I think.
Yeah.
man, the one that, and I guess they don't play it live because James Murphy played lead for Low, right?
Yes.
That's like one of my favorite Testament albums.
Yeah.
And then
that was amazing. They have Trail of
John
Tears on
Tempesta
there,
came.
and that solo on there is amazing.
Oh God. And Low has a great solo too, but yeah, Trail of Tears has the best solo on the album.
For sure.
But yeah, and what's it, Dogface Gods? Super heavy, but super catchy.
Yeah, that was like the first time I'd heard Chuck Billy's death metal vocals was on that song.
Yeah. God, and The Gathering too, love it. The Dave Lombardo one.
Yeah, I can't go wrong with Dave Lombardo on the Skins.
I need to know.
Yeah.
Are you
What's
gonna write
that?
a book about music, Jason? Are you gonna write like a subgenre, like favorite?
Yeah. Same format.
Yeah.
Oh,
that would be sweet.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that when I told my friends that I was writing a book, they all assumed it would be a book about either music or drumming.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, no, it's a book about books. And they're like, you read too? So yeah, I mean, I probably know, I don't know, I probably know more about drumming than I do. I know tons of people that know more about music than me. So like I already kind of feel like an imposter in that area. I mean, you really can't think like that because
No one has.
you know,
your
like if
voice,
you have
though.
something that, yeah, right. If
Right?
say it.
Yep.
I do need to feel like the thing that got me through writing this book was the idea that okay, so it really got to where, okay, maybe it's terrible, but so I'm gonna write it for me. No one has to see it. I'll finish it for me because it's something that I want to do. It's a bucket list. I always said I'd write a book. I didn't say anything about publishing one. I just said write it. So after it was written, I was like, well, there it is. I guess I might as well publish it. See what happens. And gosh, it's done really well. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, it made the Bram Stoker preliminary list,
Fantastic.
which a self-published book, making essentially the top 10 nonfiction books about horror novels in 2025. First time author, self-published. It kind of doesn't happen.
No, and especially in, again, talking about the internet and how we have everything at our fingertips, right? And a lot of people just want something easy. What are the best, books? And the fact that people still wanted to go to paper and they wanted to read it from someone else, not just Google, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? When you look up best books list on the internet, like, guess what they're gonna tell you? Dracula, Frankenstein, The Shining. Like, the books that people that don't read and don't know horror still know.
That's yes, household names almost.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the opposite. Or it's, some edgelord that is gives you like the 10 most obscure horror novels ever written just because they want to like flex on you.
Yes.
That they know about these books.
Yes.
It's like, okay, like don't act like Dracula's not a good vampire novel, just because it's known.
Right.
um,
Right. Yeah. People are like that with movies too, right? And
Yes.
they talk
Oh.
about that where they're like, oh, well, I wasn't scared by that. Did you see this? And it's like, what the heck is that? Like just some weird, obscure snuff film or something. That's what's scary.
yeah, like, by the way, no one is like thinking like, oh wow, you're so brave. I hope you're around when like some shit goes down, because like I want someone brave like you, because you're not scared of the dork half or whatever. It's like, dude, nobody cares. Nobody's impressed with your non-fear of horror movies.
Right. I know. It's subjective. It's all subjective.
When I had August Underground in the shop, there was people that would rent it and they would be like, is this the goriest thing you have? We need more than this. And I was like,
Oh
Next
my
is a
God.
snuff. Yeah, like Next is a snuff film, and I don't
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
those or rent them. So,
Right.
Yeah.
and surprisingly, it was usually females that came in and were asking for gorier movies. And I think it was a flex. I think it was they're trying to
I
show
think
me how
so.
tough they are and how
Yes.
depraved they are. And I'm like, ugh, this is doing the
Yeah.
opposite. Please leave.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely understand.
Yeah, that's eye roll stuff. I hate that
It
mentality.
is. Yeah.
So, sorry, Mark, do you have more?
No, that's it.
No, that's
I mean,
that's a funny story, and I'm not surprised at all that happened.
Yeah.
It
No,
is
I could geek
aggravating.
out for music and drums and stuff for hours here, but you go ahead, Sarah.
Yeah.
I need to touch on your job a little bit. Not that we're here as a job interview, but you just don't hear every day people that work with monkeys. And I told you that I'm like terrified of apes. I think they're so scary, chimpanzees. And are there any movies or books that you other like we all know Planet of the Apes, which is fantastic. Are there any others that we should know about that you like?
I'd assume you guys know Shakma.
I've
No.
heard of it. I've heard of it.
Okay. The most. So it's a baboon, I believe.
They're
Yeah. So I feel like most primatologists would say the exact same thing about Shakma, which is that is by far the most beautiful baboon that has ever lived. Like it is so perfect. Like look at it's so fluffy, it's so like its body it's like muscular. And I mean, it's all practical. Like it's a freaking baboon in the movie the whole time.
Yeah.
So cool. And like when he's like kicking on the doors and stuff, like he really looks mad. It's awesome. Uh, but yeah, I say that. I hate to admit this, but I haven't seen is it Primate?
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I just watched it a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it's practical. It's a person in a suit. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, there was a little monkey in the movie throughout, and yeah, it was quite good. He got vicious at parts. I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
put spoilers on, but yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah. I heard it's sort of like a champion.
Sort of, yeah. He's vicious. Put a mask on him, he got a little Voorhees.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I love like Argento puts primates in his films all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, there's one I want to say it's one of the later Three Mothers films. He's got a little monkey like walking down. He like goes down a rope and like walks down a hallway. And then there's like the chimpanzee, I think, in Phenomena. But yeah, I love that stuff, of course. I mean, I was gonna say like there's a few things about primates that are sort of misunderstood. Like chimpanzees are bigger and scarier than you think they are. And the reason for that is every time you see a chimpanzee, think about it. You're seeing a kid, like like Michael Jackson's chimp. That chimp was like a year old. Like every picture, I've never seen it as an adult. And then the one that you do sometimes see as an adult was Cheetah, which is Tarzan's
From
chimp.
Tarzan. That's
Yeah.
that. Yes, I love
Yeah, and that was like, I mean, that chimp was raised by people, so like it never acted like a natural chimp in the wild. I mean, as a matter of fact, is it MGM? Which MGM has the roaring lion on the title card?
Yeah.
Okay, so that lion actually hung out with Tarzan's chimp, like in like the lot at MGM. They were like friends. But yeah, yeah, I read the cheetah's autobiography.
I bought that for my dad because my dad loved Tarzan, so I grew up watching it, and it was like, yes,
That's so.
yeah.
Did he read it?
Yes.
Did he like it? I loved it. Yeah, it's like written in first person. Like
I know. So
Cheetah
I was
actually
like,
wrote it.
where did you find this? I was like, honestly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's autographed. Like I guess they put a crayon in her hand or something. uh but yeah. So yeah, monkeys are probably more aggressive than chimps, but like one on one, I think I could beat any monkey in a fight.
Any monkey?
But I don't know if I could beat any adult chimp. My cat is entering the interview.
I was gonna say somebody's cat is gonna have to join the call because
She's a
mine are being good.
situation.
Mine are being good right now.
How old is Marcel from Friends? That little monkey.
Oh,
Was he full
gosh.
size?
Gosh.
Well,
I
your
don't
cat
know.
looks like my cat.
But I can tell you, the monkey from Night at the Museum and The Hangover,
Yeah.
that's a capuchin. It's the same animal. Her name's Crystal. So yeah, so in The Hangover, she plays a male monkey because she has the little like leather jacket and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's like a real actor. She
And
even played a
smokes.
different gender. Yeah, that's right.
Wow. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had to bring up your job because it's very unique.
How do
Every
they
day is
pay
different.
monkeys for roles in movies? Do they pay the owner of the monkey to hire it, or does the monkey work for free, or is it represented by SAG? How does it work?
Yeah, right. I would think that that's like a independent contractor situation
Yeah.
where they pay the trainer.
Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe pay the monkey in bananas or something.
Yeah, right.
Give it treats.
Which, by the way, they love bananas. Like when I first started working this job, I was hoping I would like debunk all of the like rumors about monkeys. Like, oh, they really hate bananas. I would like love to tell people that. Or they actually hate barrels. Nope, it's all true. They love barrels and they love bananas. However, bananas are not their favorite. Grapes are, as far as I can tell. But I think part of it is like when you throw a grape to them, like it rolls. So it's like a toy too. So it's like
Like
kind
a
of
barrel.
fun. Then like, a banana is just like even though it's shaped like a boomerang, it doesn't work like a boomerang.
Right.
It's just it just
Right.
plops on the ground.
How do they
Like
feel
my-
about Italian plumbers?
Oh, right.
Do they hate Italian plumbers?
They
Yeah.
I mean, they do, but I think they hate all plumbers and people, so it's one of
I
those
knew
types
it.
of things.
See, I knew it. Been validated throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, right.
So, okay, maybe one more question.
Okay.
In terms of authors, living and dead, are there three that you would love to just chat with? And are you just gonna say Richard Lehman the whole time, or or do you have actually three you could name?
I see you've read my book. I love Richard Lehman so much. Oh gosh. That's a hard one. I've actually never ever thought about that. Richard Lehman's definitely one.
Yeah.
Uh, Gosh, I'm kind of cheating on this one, but so the singer for Guar actually wrote a Bizarro novel.
Oh,
Dave Brocky did?
Dave Brocky, yes.
Wow. Dylan's going to love this. That's his
Yeah.
favorite band.
Okay, it's called War Ghoul, and it's not great, but it's very strange, as you would expect. And apparently, he was like a big supporter of the Bizarro scene. Which makes sense. But just I would love to meet Dave Brocky.
Not anymore. He's dead now.
Yeah, I know. She
Yeah.
did say living or dead though.
He's in the dead seat.
Oh, he's in the dead category. Yeah, I forgot.
So yeah, that's tragic. But
Zombie.
but yeah, he would be another one, but not because he wrote War Gold, but because he's Gore's singer.
Yeah. True, he's legendary.
Totally.
Yeah, I know it's a tough one.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, actually, Clive Barker may be the third one, man. Actually, I have a tragic story about that. I was actually going to meet him at a horror convention. And when I got to the convention, I realized I had forgotten my wallet. I had lost my wallet in a restaurant, like 100 miles back. So I didn't have the money to meet him because I had to go back and get my wallet, which had all the money stolen out of it.
That's so insane.
And that, as it turns out, it was like his last. I don't think it was his last convention, but the last time he traveled to the United States for a convention. Of course, now I don't think he does any, but
barely, yeah.
Just because, like, I was like, my fandom persists for Clive throughout the years, even though he really doesn't publish a whole lot anymore. I still think he's one of the best.
We have that in common too, Jason. I missed the opportunity to meet Clive at a convention here in Canada.
Yeah.
I went to the Rue Morgue Festival of Fear in 2006, and he was doing a painting exhibit in there. And my girlfriend at the time wanted to go out and get some lunch and do some other things. So we went out and got back, and when we got back, he was finished and wrapping up and leaving. Oh, so that was disappointing.
Ex-girlfriend.
she's
Yeah,
she's the ex-girlfriend, yes.
yeah. I hate her.
Yeah, I was
Was that,
disappointed.
I guess that was like Aberrat era, maybe.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah. I was really big into him because I was.
That's the other
heavy
thing. I
into
mean, the
reading
dude's like a
stuff.
great artist.
And he's from my dad's hometown of Liverpool too. So I could
Liverpool,
have talked to him
yeah.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Beatles.
Oh yeah.
All right. One more question. I swear. I'm like Columbo over here. One more one more thing.
We got to get you a little hat.
Yeah. Is there a horror novel that you think like that everyone loves, but you're like, I don't get it. I really don't see it that way. And I know you named some in your book, but just for the general audience, while we're talking about hot takes and all that.
I'll be brave.
Okay.
Okay. House of Leaves, man.
Yeah.
And I think House of Leaves is gonna have a resurgence just because it's that what's they call it, liminal horror or whatever, like back rooms and
Which is so
Skin of a Rink.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that is essentially what House of Leaves is, just in book form. But for me, it really is like style over substance.
Yeah.
I think a book can be unique and bad. A book could be unique only. That's what House of Leaves is for me. I think people may get caught up in sort of the novelty of it.
Yeah.
Because there's books that are similar to that, and now my mind is blanking on it, but I remember reading books that like sort of like that, but that are better, but just aren't as popular. Because for whatever reason, it was like we're like always addicted to like the first wave of things, like the first thing that you see. Sort of like the I call it the David Lee Roth effect, but for books. So like, if you really, in your heart of heart, are super honest with yourself, Sammy Hagar is better than David Lee Roth. I'm sorry, he
100%.
is.
He is.
He
Yes,
is the
he is.
better musician. He's the better songwriter. Look, he's not the better frontman. I'll
He's
throw a
aged
bone.
better as well.
Yeah, he has. But people love the first thing. David Lee Roth is the original singer, so there's always going to be people that say, oh, the original singer is better. Well, not always. A lot of times. Not always.
A lot of times. Yeah.
But for some reason, that hasn't happened to Bruce Dickinson. He is the best Iron Maiden singer.
That's what I was in
But
my
he's
head.
but he's also not the first one. So he's the exception.
Right.
People
That's
accept him as the best one. And they're right.
Here, I'm going to put you on the spot, Jason. Who's the better singer, Chris Barnes or George Corpse Grinder Fisher from Canada?
Corpse Grinder.
Really? You going Corpse Grinder, yeah?
I go Corpse Grinder specifically because I think his highs are better than Chris's.
Yeah, certainly now. Yeah.
Yeah, but gosh, I mean, that's a little bit different for me just because, like, in the Van Halen example, I feel like Van Halen had always written great music and it just had two different singers. But with Cannibal Corpse, I think their old music with Chris was the better music.
That's right.
It's sort of like Christian Bale with the Batman films. Like, I don't think he's the best Batman, but he had the advantage of having the best Batman director.
Yes.
So people think, oh, he's also the best Batman. He's in the best Batman films. Well, you have to me, you got to try to separate the two if you're really going to make an analysis. I feel that way about Chris. Like, you know, The Bleeding is amazing. All their, like, sort of iconic songs were written with Chris, and, like, all those iconic vocal lines and the sort of cadences, like, are all Chris. So it's what you really have to think is, in an alternate universe, if Corpse Grinder is in the band first, like, what's that impact? And you would never know, but you got to try to use your imagination, I guess.
It's funny that you mentioned The Bleeding specifically because I think that is the peak of Chris Barnes' vocal career and Cannibal's songwriting career because the songs are so good and hooky, but it's also so easy to understand his lyrics and his voice, and it still sounds heavy.
Yes, and the production was a little better than the albums preceding it. So, like, it was sort of like a jump into, like, pseudo death metal mainstream, I guess. But yeah, good question. Y'all are forcing me to do hot takes.
I mean, you know, gotta keep it interesting, right?
Yeah, maybe this will go viral. People will get mad. Finally.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, it's like, I thought the internet got mad at stuff. Like, why it's not working for me?
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll let you get back to your, I don't know if you're reading more tonight or just cat snuggling or preparing for band practice, all those sorts of things. But we're very grateful that you took the time to chat with us.
Yeah, thanks so
I
much for
really
visiting
had
us,
fun,
Jason. It was awesome chatting with you and getting to know you for sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I would like to do this again at some point
For
when I
sure.
write the sequel.
I was gonna say you have to start on round two because I mean this one was really great and I do recommend it to folks, even people that don't necessarily read typical horror. It's sci-fi. You have all these different categories. You have like a LOL like chapter that's just funny ones. Like there really is something in here for everyone, and I thought that was another just very unique thing about it, right?
Thanks for mentioning that out. One more thing I kind of want to... I'm going to sound like a hypocrite for this because I wrote a book about genre, but I do think in general maybe we should, like, pump the brakes on being, like, super genre specific in our, you know, like, consumption of media. I sort of made the comparison in the book about... like, think about what actually separates genre. I mean, first, realize that it's marketing. If they could sell, if they could say Hereditary is a sci-fi comedy and they think they'll sell more tickets, they will call it that. I made the comment in the book that if a bookseller knows you're hungry, they're gonna say a book is a ham sandwich. You know, they just want to sell the thing. So you know, yeah. So I'll make the point that a guy with a ray gun that comes into your cabin in your spaceship is sci-fi, right? But a monster that walks into your house in the woods is dark fantasy. A guy with a gun that walks into your apartment with a gun is crime. But those four plot lines are the same story,
Yes.
right? So let's not be too crazy. I only read horror. I only read drama. I mean, Romantasy has that problem right now, where it's even worse because like they'll judge books just on the type of plot they are, like enemies to lovers or lovers to friends, and they will only read those types of romantasy books. So I mean, that's just insanity to me. There's so much good stuff out there, and it's really like, it's all stories, it's all suspense, it's all characters. Like they all have, like there's a book that I read, and I won't say what the book is, but I'll say the plot. This first half of the book is this family, and you just fall in love with this family, right? It's this just wholesome, relationship the husband has with the wife and what they have with the kids. And at the halfway point of the book, the whole family goes on this trip without the mom, and they all die in a car accident. The second half of the book is the mom just completely falling apart. Now, what genre do you think that is? I say that's horror, but it's, has a nice pretty cover. It's in the drama section. But then if a monster kills one person, it's horror.
Yep.
It's over.
If a Actually, I'll go a step further. If there's one monster and he injures one person, doesn't kill them, that's horror. But if a 1,000-person army kills another 1,000-person army, that's action adventure.
Yep. War, anything else. But
Yeah, right. That's not horror.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we're a bit of people are a bit of a slave to the hashtags, right? Like how we're forced to almost categorize things so people can find it. And then
Yes.
it's kind of pigeonholing, because then there's people that will never click on that fantasy, or the people that hear Clive Barker and they never even consider how he's this fantastic fantasy
Yeah.
writer, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Stephen King writing something like Joyland,
Yeah.
which is
Sure.
which is just this beautiful coming of age hashtag story.
You can't read Joyland and not think it's a great book. I mean, would he have sold? It's weird that maybe that book sells more if it doesn't have his name on it. Like, that's crazy to think, right?
Right. Okay. Well, again, thank you, Jason. It was a great chat, and I'm sure, we probably could have kept going on, but we'll let you get back to it. But again, we look forward to anything else you have on the go.
Thanks a lot,
thank you
Jason.
so much.
Yeah, thank you. Talk soon.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye, guys.
Bye.